Why do we feel that we don't fit in sometimes? And why does belonging matter? Imposter syndrome is real. And sometimes we wonder, so why is it that I feel like I don't belong? Why do I panic? Why do I feel like I don't know what I'm doing? Now, the good news is, let's start with this. There's for sure one area of your life where you do fit in. So celebrate that and take that energy from that piece of your life, from that portion of your life where you feel that you belong. And you can extend that to the rest of your life, or the other area that you may feel that you don't belong. I did have an extensive blog on imposter syndrome. And as I'm not going to repeat everything, we'll just do a quick recap, because we're never really 100% confident. And when we hear our own negative self-talk, right? So we hear ourselves telling ourselves that, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and if only people knew. And we assume that people around us have their stuff together. Well, they're more likely just like us, just trying to figure out what to do in the very unusual circumstances that keep piling up since this new normal, since 2020, really. And we've had quite the ride, and nobody is able to predict what is going to happen, and nobody can feel 100% confident about the future. So when we're in presence of others, whether we're new to a group, or maybe you've been working for a corporation for a while and you feel like you're not belonging, or you're building your own businesses, you're meeting other entrepreneurs, it's often that we think that we don't belong, because in our head, we feel like we have no idea what we're doing, but it's the same for everybody. So why is that important anyway? Why should we care about feeling that we belong? Everything is online now, and we have become quite comfortable by ourselves alone, without socializing or without mingling with others. So let's talk about what happens in your brain when you feel that you don't belong. So if you're deprived of the sense of belonging, you have heard of the amygdala that detects and tries to avoid any threats, right? But not just physical threats. There's a recent research that suggests that social disconnection may be processed in the brain in the very same way as the threat of physical harm. What happens when you feel that you don't belong or you lack social connectedness? There's a complex alarm system that sets in motion in your brain a series of neurophysiological processes that includes your amygdala, the anterior cingulate cortex, and the insula. Now, it doesn't even matter if we can pronounce these things or not. Just know that these areas of the brain are connected to pain processing. Okay, so the sympathetic nervous system goes into overdrive. It increases inflammation. It compromises the immune system. Nobody wants to work from an immune system that's compromised, because that's when we get sick, right? People experiencing social rejection, isolation, or feel that they don't belong would be less protected against conditions such as heart disease or cancer. On the other hand, people who have satisfying social relationships and feel cared for and loved for are more physically healthy and live longer. Now, your brain is amazing, and it's also equipped with a whole other system that generates stress-reducing neuropeptides such as opiates and oxytocin, which boosts the immune system and protects the body from damage due to inflammation. Now, the thing is, to get your oxytocin shot, you need to be in presence of others. What about being together online, right? We're not really together online, because you really get your shot of oxytocin from others through their eyes. Have you ever finished a 1 hour on Zoom and being more exhausted, more drained than a full day of meeting in person, right? It's because when you're looking at the camera, you're not looking at other people's eyes. And if you're looking at their eyes, you're not looking at the camera. So at one point, the connection is missing. You're not really getting your shot of oxytocin. And oxytocin is a social chemical. And without it, the society would be complete chaos. Nobody would care for nobody. It would be every man for themselves. Because oxytocin is that neuropeptide that will make you feel amazing. So what gives you a shot of oxytocin? There's many ways to get oxytocin. And one of the fastest way is through an orgasm. Now, we're not having sex with 99.9% of people that we meet. So the next best thing is a hug or a compliment, being nice, being with other people. So the oxytocin shot will be given to the person that gives a compliment, to the person that receives a compliment, and to the person that witnesses the compliment or the act of kindness. Anything kind, anything nice and warm and fuzzy will give you that shot of oxytocin. Even if you're not involved, you will notice an act of kindness and you'll go, "Aw." And if you are with friends and with people that you're close with, well, use the hugs, because hugs are and contact, physical contact, or just a pat in the back, or just holding somebody's hand or arm, it will make a big difference. Now, confidence and mindset have not always been in the top forefront of researchers, of people trying to figure out why it's important to you. And the medical world is now studying the mindset, studying confidence, studying ways to make available these natural sources of feel-good chemicals, because now it's proven that it will lengthen our health. So it's really, really cool that there's so much research that's being done on mindset and on confidence. Because I have to tell you, when I started to speak on confidence 15 years ago, it wasn't that popular. It's always been super interesting to me. However, it's not the number one topic that corporations would hire for. They wanted hard skills, and now they are understanding that without mindset, you don't have anything. I was even just approached by Kevin Harrington from the Shark Tank. He wanted me to write a chapter in his next book on mindset. Yeah, small town girl here, and one of the shark wants me to write a chapter on confidence and mindset in his next book. And our book is going to be endorsed by Tony Robbins. Highly successful people in the big leagues are now aware that mindset is totally key for success. So take this blog today, and I hope you understand that belonging is now really important. It's important for your health. It's important for your mental state. It's important for your confidence. And confidence is at the base of everything. It starts with the way you talk to yourself. It starts with your own ability to give yourself shots of oxytocin, and it starts with your ability to be who you want to be, and trust that you can get there, trust that you can reach your goals, and that at the end of the day that you can just be happy. Because when you feel that you fit in, when you feel like you belong, it generates so much great feel-good chemicals. And next time you feel like you don't fit in, ask yourself, I think that maybe people around me are just the same, and we're all in the same boat together. And yes, I do belong.